It is time for better food, so when it's hot outside, it's certainly nice to serve a cool, light dessert.
That's what Adam Young from Sift Bake Shop is showing us today. Adam was named Food Network's best baker in America.
And today, we are making pavlovas, which I know if you look at this, you're going to laugh and say, oh, Kara and Scott just said that was easy. It doesn't look easy, but this is only 3 ingredients.
It is quite simple. So pavlova, it's meant to be a very, very delicate dessert. It's actually just dried meringue discs, and you can kind of get as creative with it as you want. It's essentially whipped egg whites, right? A little tartaric acid, or cream of tartar, which you can pretty much buy at any market now. And what that does, you can see we've already kind of pre-whipped this meringue a little bit. We have our egg whites in here and powdered sugar. So
egg whites, powdered sugar, and cream of tartar.
And the cream of tartar, it relaxes, denatures the proteins in the egg white and allows them to expand and take on a little more air. You get a nice volume, a nice thick, consistent meringue, right? Okay. And we have the first increment of the powdered sugar already in the bowl here. So you can see it already looks relatively stiff. You're looking for stiff peaks. Right?
Okay.
Beautiful.
You can come back out and show your stiff peaks. There you go. Okay.
There we go.
It needs to look like Papa Smurf.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we're going to take...
See, there's a... Yeah, there we go. It was showing the viewers.
So nice and stiff, right? Yeah. And then we're going to add the second increment of powdered sugar here. We're going to add this in by hand. Okay, and the reason that we do that is because you have something so delicate. It's full of air. It's mostly air, right? Okay. We're going to delicately fold the second increment of powdered sugar. If you try to force it in with the mixer, it'll just deflate the whites. They'll thin out. It kind of defeats the purpose of whipping air into them in the first place. All right. So very, very gently, just until the powdered sugar is combined. Okay, and then we're going to load this into our white mix. Gently move that.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
I don't think you need help.
You want to take it away? You sure?
No,
okay.
I was thinking, who am I asking?
You want to get involved here, you know?
I'm like, she's talking to America's baker.
No,
right
come on.
here.
And this dessert is actually named after a Russian ballerina, Anna Pavlova. Okay. Right? So,
did she like it, or
again,
they just
very,
decided
very
to
delicate.
make it?
I think it's meant to be a very whimsical item.
Okay.
You know, and that's
so light and fluffy.
Light and fluffy. You know, has great crisp texture. Today is probably the worst day of the entire summer to make pavlova because you want relatively dry conditions. But I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh, perfect.
Humidity's cranking.
Great day to make pavlova on live TV. So
look at how beautiful that is.
We're just going to make discs. Right?
Oh my gosh.
And you can get, you know, free form with it as we did here. Pipe different. You can do little decorations. You can do, you know, I mean, whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
You know, it can float in a little bit of custard with some fresh fruit, but the idea of this is now you have this meringue, and it bakes for at least 4 to 6 hours in a super low oven. So as low as your oven setting will go.
4 to 6 hours?
At least. I like to do them overnight. Okay.
Wow.
So look how pretty that is. You could write someone's name for their birthday
Absolutely.
or anything.
You can customize them, personalize them, and then it's as simple as, here we've baked some last night that actually sat in the oven overnight and kind of dehydrated. Not bad, right?
So when you say bake in a low oven, what you just stick, you would put this in?
You put this, you can do it on parchment paper. I have a non-stick pad here that I'm using, but it's basically just needs to very slowly dehydrate.
What's the right temperature?
150, 170, the lowest setting your oven will go. That's what you want to have, okay? It's essentially a warming chamber.
And you left it in there overnight?
Overnight, yep. Okay. So we're going to take a little pastry cream, which we've made on the show countless times, just your very, very straightforward vanilla custard. And we're going to fill in each one of these divots. Now, if you're going to layer this like a cake, which is classically how it should be done, you want to give it a little structure. So, because otherwise you have so much weight, your cream will just kind of flow out the side if you don't put a little fruit in there. So in this case, you can use stone fruit, apricots, cherries, nectarines, whatever. In this case, we have fresh berries, strawberries, blueberries, kiwi, and a little peach marmalade and raspberry jam in the center as well. So get as creative as you like. Very, very simple, very straightforward, and you know, you can make it as simple or as elaborate as you like.
And then you just keep layering.
Right, exactly.
So another layer would go on top of this?
You assemble it just like a classic cake.
You do this again?
Exactly. You take away the sponge and you replace it with dried meringue discs.
Oh, look at that.
And look at for yours. So you did 2 discs.
Yep, exactly.
And then you did this as the topper. So if you don't want to make a bunch of these, you only have to do that for the top. The other layers you used a disc.
Can be very, very straightforward. Very simple.
The fruit. You know, you can't mess that up. If you just layer the fruit, it's going to be pretty.
It is very, very simple.
Oh, I can mess it up.
It does require a little bit of time and patience, as most pastry does, right? So, I mean, if you could even do the meringues the night before and then assemble your cake kind of just before presenting.
That is just absolutely
And I love how, I don't know if people can see this at home, but Adam used beautiful edible flowers here. And then what are these green things that are popping out?
So we make our own transfer sheets and our own white chocolate and dark chocolate garnishes at the shop, and it's something that kind of elevates it and takes it a little bit over the top.
So that's chocolate, Adam?
That is white chocolate.
I thought it was a green apple, but it is.
Feel
It's
free
chocolate.
to just pull that right off of there.
It's very good. But, you know, if you're at home, you maybe just put a couple berries on top and you're good. Yeah.
Absolutely. You can even make like little cups, if you will, little portion cups. Actually, can I see that meringue?
Yeah.
So you can do this type of thing.
We got to let
wrap
you
it
go,
up.
but you can, do that right in a cup. That's
Little
awesome,
cavities,
Adam.
and
Thank
then
you
put your
so
fruit and
much.
custard inside. So.
All right.
Beautiful. All right.
The ideas are endless to get some delicious pastries. You can also visit the Sift Bake Shop at 5 Water Street in Mystic. To learn more, visit siftbakeshopmystic.com, or the store in Watch Hill, Rhode Island is also open now.